was a sunny day in Munich. Well, sunny by Munich standards anyway. I was happily sitting in my chair, feeling fulfilled by the fact that our Argo CD Lightning course was complete and ready for the public. I just needed a confirmation from Alex that the course is released on one popular video course platform. And then I saw this. Apparently, Argo CD Lightning course is not long enough by flawed standards of some services, which means that it's time to talk about the Argo ecosystem. Argo CD is just one of many tools under the Argo umbrella. By this point, you should be well aware of what Argo CD is. It's a GitOps deployment tool. If you simplify, the only thing Argo CD is doing is taking Kubernetes manifests and applying them to one or more Kubernetes clusters. It cannot do anything more complex than this. But just a fancy kubectl apply is not enough to build a complete majestic pipeline. We need to build, test, package, and push the new application version. To help with these activities, there is an Argo Workflows project. The idea behind it is to give you the building blocks to run any kind of workflows on top of your Kubernetes clusters. Some of the use cases include machine learning jobs and infrastructure automation, but most interesting to us is that it can be used to build CI/CD pipelines. Argo Workflows has many batteries included: a separate CLI, a web dashboard, access control, retries, various hooks, artifact support, and so on. You can build quite some powerful workloads on top of this system, and documentation claims that it can scale to thousands of workloads a day with tens of thousands nodes. The only battery that is not really included in Argo Workflows is how to trigger those workflows. For sure, it's fun to submit workflows with the CLI, but that's not how you do it in the real life. In the real life, at least for the CI/CD pipeline, you want your workflows to be triggered automatically on some event, like an opened pull request. Worry not, Argo got you on this front as well. There is a separate Argo Events project, the whole purpose of which is to receive and process events. It supports more than 20 different event sources, starting from the simple ones, like GitHub webhook events, and including cloud provider specific ones like SQS or GCP PubSub. You can even write your own custom event processors. Argo Events has a relatively simple architecture. Event sources process events from external systems and write them into the event path, powered by NATS, or optionally Kafka. Sensors process those events and trigger something. They can trigger a Lambda function, send Kafka message, and, most importantly, they can trigger Argo Workflows. If you want a whole CI/CD system, you will need both Argo Events and Argo Workflows. They share the single interface, so from the end user perspective, they would look like a well-integrated system, while underlying infrastructure is a bit more decoupled. You need to configure Argo Events to process events from GitHub, Bitbucket, or GitLab, and to create Argo Workflows, which would then clone the repository, build and test the code, and probably push some changes to GitOps style repository so that Argo CD picks up and rolls out the changes. Talking about rollouts, there is another Argo project called Argo Rollouts. Rollouts is a way smaller project than workflows, events, or CD. In a nutshell, Argo Rollouts are a replacement for Kubernetes deployments. It's a separate custom resource definition that gives you an ability to perform canary and blue-green deployments by integrating with external systems for ingress and metrics. It also has a few smaller features like built-in deployment notifications and simple deployment dashboard. Finally, if you're just looking for a simpler process to update your deployments to use the new image version, there is a separate Argo CD component named Argo CD Image Updater. It will connect to your registry, discover new tags, and update your applications to use this new tag. Or optionally, it will push a commit with the new image tag to the repository where your Argo CD application is defined. To sum it up, Argo ecosystem is quite large and diverse. Argo CD is probably the most popular part of it, but as of today, Argo covers all the possible use cases around building and deploying your applications, as well as it's capable to be a generic job execution engine and event processor. You might start with just Argo CD for some GitOps automation, but at some point you might benefit from Argo Workflows and events. The obvious benefit is that you will use the collection of tools from the same ecosystem, tools that are built to work with each other, which is a bit better than duct taping multiple unrelated open source projects. That's it for this video. If you like the video, please press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have a bi-weekly newsletter, MKDev Dispatch, about all these things DevOps and insights directly from the co-founders of MKDev. And we also have a bi-weekly podcast, DevOps Accents, where we discuss industry news and trends, as well as share our experiences and learnings. Thanks for watching.
There are no challenges that we couldn't overcome. Whether it is immediate infrastructure problems or planning a future project, we won't simply answer your questions. We become a part of your team to help you complete the mission. Our solutions consider the interests of your business and the combined expertise of the industry, as our staff is made up of more than a dozen experts in different areas who share decades of field-tested experience and knowledge with you.